Before we start the video, I'd like to shout out Logo.com for sponsoring this video. They have an awesome site where you can buy a bunch of in-game currency and items, including all your favorite Rocket League items. Also, make sure you use code DOLBOBS to get an easy 6% off your orders. Check out the site, there's a link in the description. But for now, enjoy the video.
Yo, what's going on guys, DOLBOBS here, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Now today we're going to be looking at the top 10 Octane decals on Rocket League that I've selected for you. Now if you disagree and you think something else should be added to the list, then that's what the comment section is for. Go down there at the end of this video and tell me which decal I missed and which decal you recommend to everybody else. Now we're going to be starting off this video with a really simple decal that you should all know is a super clean decal. And guess what? You all have it in your inventory right now because it's a common decal and you've been looking at it for the last 30 seconds. It is the Stripes decal. Now, you guys might hate me, but the Stripes decal, without a doubt, is one of the cleanest decals for the Octane. I mean, there's a reason there's pro players out there using it. It looks so clean and you do literally look like the biggest tryhard on the planet. But that's all good, because sometimes that looks good. But settle down guys, because the rest of this video features a lot of crazy decals, some really clean decals, and there's a lot of awesome car designs that I've made for this video that you can now hopefully get inspired by. So stick around, wait till the end, and then comment down below which decals you think I missed. Let's get into this video guys. The first decal, as I said, is the Stripes decal. Alright, this next one, maybe I'm a little biased because of my car design, but I really like this decal, and it's a rare decal. It costs nothing and you can make it work and it looks really good. And there's not much more I can say. I just love this decal. So this decal is the Gale Fire decal, and some of you might be a bit confused. The paint finish I'm using here is a camo paint finish. I will show you what this decal looks like on its own, but yeah, the best thing about this decal is it just goes with so many cool car designs if you put your mind to it and be creative. For example, this car design I made, we've got the contrast between the cold and the fire because we've got the decal's literally called Gale Fire, but it quite clearly is a cold car design. But I think that contrast works really well. And yeah, I really do like it. And I feel like if you play around with paint finishes, this decal just looks so much better. So what I was talking about was, you can see the primary color here on my car is just this area, and the accent is the decal, which you can see looks like this. And yeah, this decal is so nice. Sorry if I'm moving my camera a little fast for you there. But if we take a look at the red team here, I've showed you a bit more of a basic car design, so you can sort of get to grips with how this decal really looks. And with this one, again, we've used some really awesome paint finishers to make it just look even better. But yeah, like I said, this decal is really clean if you use it the right way. A good way of using it, like I've done here, is using a dark primary color and then going with a slightly lighter version of that color in the accent. So we've got an anodized accent color here with a light red on a dark red, and it looks so good. I mean, look, if I change this color, it even looks really good as well. Like, look, even if I use the blue here, look how nice that looks. Just the effect of the fire whipping around, it looks so freaking nice. So that, my friends, is the Gale Fire decal, and it's a rare decal. It's so chill, and hopefully you like it as much as I do. Oh my god, I'm so happy I can get this decal into the list. Look at this thing, guys. It is such a nice decal, and you cannot deny it. This, my friends, is a very old decal on Rocket League, one of the OGs. It goes way back, and it is called the Kilowatt. Now, this isn't what the decal is supposed to look like, but this is something people of Rocket League have discovered, and it is the best thing I've ever seen. I mean, look at the fade on this car. Look how clean that looks. I mean, this is black market level stuff. It's not super crazy, but it's the simplest decal that I've seen that just really does look so good. Let me show you what this decal is supposed to look like. It's a very rare decal, and it's supposed to look a little something like this. Now, even this is really cool, and you can make some awesome car designs with this. Like, you've got the little skull on the top, you've got some lightning bolts, and you still have a really nice fade, but it's not as obvious because we have this big stripe along it. However, there's a little trick in the Rocket League community that we've known for years now, and I'm so glad I get to show it to you here on this video. Basically, if you take a primary color and you can match the accent color to something very close to it, you'll see the sort of pattern on there disappears. So this is what it should look like, and as we get closer to that color, look at that, the pattern just completely disappears. And then you're just left with a perfect faded decal. It's like a matte paint finish. It's like fading really well. And there are a few colors you can do it with. but you just want to go in and have a play around. For example, with the blue, it's a little harder. You're going to have to choose some, different blue colors, because not all of the accent colors will match up with a, primary color. Like this one is all right. It works okay. There's a bit of an accent there on the skull. But yeah, you do just have to play around with it until you can find it, and then you'll be away with it. Like this one, that's the sort of blue team variant I can get close to. But the orange team, in my opinion, is the best so far. This one just looks so nice. The fade is just so cool, and I don't think you guys can disagree. This is probably one of the best decals in Rocket League at the moment. And the best thing is, it's a very rare decal, as you can see, and it costs literally less than 50 credits. You can just pick it up on the market for nothing. People do not charge much for this decal, and that's another great thing about it. So if you want a really, really clean, try-hard looking car, this is definitely the one, guys, because it looks so, so good. And that's it for the Octane Kilowatt. Okay, now we're talking. We've got this RLCS Octane decal, and I really, really like this one. And the best thing about this one right now is it's pretty cheap at the moment. So normally with these, RLCS fan rewards, they normally change in price quite a lot. And when they become unavailable as a drop, they skyrocket in price so much. And at the moment, these things are cheap. You can get them for 100 credits on PC at the moment. So obviously, now might be the time to buy one of these, especially since they could go up in price in the future. And also, they're just a really nice decal to have. And in this case, what I've used is a regular one, and I've just used some really funky colors. It looks really good when you use anodized on one of the paint finishes. And as you can see, yeah, I've had a lot of fun making these car designs for this decal, but I also just love how filled up and how crazy this decal is. There's a lot of, patterns left, right, and center. There's not a single part of this car that looks bland and boring. And yeah, that's why I really, really like this decal. So it's the Octane RLCS decal. Now, as you can see, what I've used here for both these cars is a matte paint finish on the primary and then an anodized paint finish on the accent to make this gold look. Now, I'll show you what it looks like when they come painted, because yes, they also come painted. So as you can see, this is a regular one, and I have a crimson one at the moment, so if I flick over to that, you'll see the parts that come painted, and honestly, it fits this car design so freaking well. So when you paint this bad boy, you can see the difference. You get a few extra parts that get painted to that color, and it looks so clean. The way this thing gets painted, it's super clean, and that means you can have a way more awesome color combinations than you ever imagine. Like literally, if I had a different colored paint one here, I could make a 4-way color combination on my car with this decal and a painted Octane. So as you can see, I am a big fan of this decal. So yeah, that right there is the Octane RLCS decal. Now might be the perfect time to buy it because it's at its lowest price ever at the moment. So if you are going to buy it, also make sure you hold on to it, enjoy it while it is, cheap, make awesome car designs, and just check up on the price every now and then, because it could go up and you could make some credits as profit, as well as having such an awesome decal. Now, this is the Obtrusion decal, and I really, really love this decal because there are infinite possibilities with this decal. I kid you not. You can go online and look for Obtrusion car designs, or you can just spend hours trying to make your own. It's awesome. The Obtrusion decal, I think this car design, the reason I chose to use this one for this sort of video is because it really does show that there are so many possibilities with the Obtrusion decal. And the main thing that's good about the Obtrusion decal is the fact that you can have so many colors on your car at once. Like, look at this. The primary color is pink. The accent color is green. The painted decal itself is saffron, which is already 3 colors. Then you get yourself a painted Octane. That is 4 colors that are all intertwined on your car. I don't think you can get enough of that. And then the blue version here, I've showed a bit of a more simple look on it. As you can see, there we go. We have a white, blue, and orange, which is really clean as well. Here you're using a titanium white Obtrusion decal. And the way the colors work on this decal are as follows. So if you customize car and go over, your primary color is this big main color on your car right here, which you can see covers up most of the car there. And then your accent color is this color right here. You see on the car, I'm using an anodized pearl paint finish. That's why there's sort of a tint to it. But if I change that to something else, for example, I don't know, camo, you can see as I change this accent color, you can see the parts that really do change. And it's super clean. Like, look at that. Even using like a mint color there, I don't know, it all just looks really, really nice. But also, if you do not have a painted version of this decal, then it will look a bit like this. As you can see, when we lose the paint, those areas on the car that used to be white because we had a white painted one now become this sort of orange to blue gradient, which is still really cool. And that's why I love this decal as well, because even without a painted version, as we change sort of the primary color, look how the accent color affects that sort of gradient. Like, look, you could make an all blue one, actually. That looks really cool. But yeah, look at this. So as you change the color, you get sort of a gradient in those areas that would have been painted. So there are so many possibilities. You can use a non-painted one and make an awesome 2-color combination, or you can use a painted one, as you can see here. I've used a saffron painted one on this car design, and it's made that bit completely yellow. So that is the Octane Obtrusion decal. Maybe I spent a bit too long talking about it than you would have hoped, but that's because it's such an amazing decal, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it as well. So that's why it makes this list. I mean, get yourself this decal, guys. It's so awesome. Alright, so the next one we've got here is the Ripped Comic decal, and it's an import decal, but don't let that scare you because it's only around 30 to 60 credits. I just bought this right now for 30 credits, and I mean, it was worth the buy for sure. Now, what I love most about this decal is it's so original. You don't get this effect anywhere else. It makes your car genuinely look like it's from a cartoon, like from a comic. It looks 2D. It has this sort of outline, this black outline on it that actually really does just make it look like it's from a whole nother game. And just as you turn your car, it really does look like it's not part of Rocket League. It's really cool. I really do like this effect. So yeah, that's why this one makes my list, but I'll show you what some of the colors look like. So my favorite one to go for is the red and yellow with the flash wheels, or any other sort of red or yellow wheels. Just because, I don't know, the red and yellow just goes together so well. And there are a lot of colors that go well, but I think red and yellow are the best for this decal. So as you can see, on the blue team, we've gone for a nice light blue color and a white color, and even that pops really well. And I feel like using bright colors is the best for this decal, because then those black outlines stand out more and contrast more, so that it really genuinely does look like it's from a comic. Whereas, let's say we use a sort of darker color, and let's say we use a dark sort of black. As you can see, it still looks really, really good, and I think a lot of you guys will probably prefer this look, but it doesn't make it stand out as sort of a comic sort of decal as much. But like I say, I really like this decal as a whole, any way you like it. So yeah, you can play around them with the colors if you get it. But like I said, my suggestion, red and yellow looks really awesome, and if you have the flash wheels, then add them too, because it looks so cool. Now we've got the Octane Snakeskin. This decal goes way back, and it has been a fan favorite for a very long time, and a really good cheap alternative to any black markets that you could think of. This decal is literally a BTEC black market, and it's an import decal, and you can pick it up for literally no credits whatsoever. It's really, really awesome. So the Snakeskin decal is so fun to use. I mean, the color combinations are wild, but my favorite color combination to do with this decal is using two very similar colors, so that at the back of the car you get this really sort of fiery effect that you'd actually see on some black markets. Let's be honest, some black markets don't look as good as this. So that's why I really like this decal. So as you can see, the primary color will change most of your car, and the accent color will change these stripes here, which I bet you didn't even really know existed until you saw me just change the colors there. But yeah, as you can see, the accent color will change these sort of stripes. So there are a bunch of different car designs you can do with this. I actually really like that pink color that I just made there. But yeah, as I say, look, if we make it white, it will look like this, and this does still look really, really good, especially with the car design I've got here. And if you do want to make it black, it will sort of go sort of black, but it will be a fade between the primary color and black. And then, like I said, my favorite thing to do is make the accent color very similar to the primary, and you will get this really nice design. Check out my car for the orange team as well. We have the same effect here. Look how clean this looks. The fiery sort of look at the back goes really well with FSL wheels in this case. But yeah, that is the Snakeskin decal, and I really, really love this decal. As I said, it goes really far back. It's one of the OG skins on Rocket League, and that's why I think it makes this list. Alright, I'm starting to notice a lot of these are quite OG skins. Well, this one is the Dragon Lord skin, and it is a rare decal, guys. Now, yes, this is an OG decal, and it is rare, and honestly, now it can come painted. It never used to be able to come painted, so, you know, it's gonna make this list. Now, I will admit, there isn't that many sort of designs you can make with this that work, there are a few, and this is one of them. So a tip for this decal, I'd say to make it work the best, I'd use two colors that are very similar colors. Like here we've used a dark sort of burnt sienna color with a light orange, and then we've just made the car one color theme. I think that's the best way to use this Dragon Lord decal. And also put them with some Dracos, and I think you can tell why this works really, really well when you pair it with some Dracos. Like I said, the colors, if you want this car design, are on screen, but also this thing does come painted. So just to show you what I mean, I wouldn't personally use it for this car design, but I have to show you for the video. If you get a painted Dragon Lord, the way it works is it will paint the sort of confetti that comes off your car. So this one right here, as you guessed, is a titanium white Dragon Lord, which means the colors are, you know, as follows, except when the confetti comes up the car, it will take the color of the paint rather than the color of the accent. So there you go. If you're new to Rocket League, this was one of the old decals that we used to love in Rocket League, and I think it still is with many of people's hearts. And yeah, this car design, I'd recommend. It looks really, really clean, and it looks even better when you're actually playing in-game. So what we've got now is a really, really awesome decal on Rocket League, and you've probably seen it on here with a bunch of different cars. It is indeed the Huntress decal. Now, you've probably seen this decal with cars like the Fennec, and basically this decal is so awesome. Everybody loves using this decal, especially since they go so well with these wheels right here, Infinium wheels. Like, come on, you can't find a better match for these wheels than the Huntress decal. But the thing about the Huntress decal is it's very, very limited. You could only get this item in the Rocket Pass 5. So if you had the Rocket Pass 5 and managed to get this item, then that's awesome for you because you can use it. But for anyone who didn't have the Rocket Pass 5, you can't even trade this item. So it is very limited and quite rare, especially for any free-to-play players. So it does indeed make this list because of how awesome and rare it is, and just, yeah, how cool it looks, and everybody loves the Huntress decal. But I don't want to spend too long talking about it because I know some of you guys can't get it, but that is the unfortunate truth. This decal is still really, really awesome in its own way. So just a little showcase of the decal. It's just like any other Huntress decal. The primary color is, you know, you can see all of these colors right here. And the accent color are these little bits here. This decal cannot come painted, as I said, but also a really cool trick is if you make the accent color black like this, it looks like all those colors there just disappear. So you can sort of change this decal's look completely by making that accent color black. So there is the Octane Huntress decal, and like I said, it goes so well with Infinium wheels. But that's it for the Huntress decal. Let's move on to the next one. So guys, if you somehow don't know about this decal, then now's the time to listen up. This, my friends, is called the Fancy Formal decal. Now this decal, yes, you're seeing it correctly, is an all black and white decal on Rocket League. Mostly black with these little bits of white, and you can probably tell by now it is a tuxedo that your Octane is going to be wearing. So the name fits it perfectly, Fancy Formal. This thing is very fancy and very formal. This is the car that you want to be taking to the ball, you know, when you want to look ship and shape, when you want to look sharp on the pitch, this is the decal you want. But seriously guys, if you want to make an all black or a black and white car design, this is the one you want to go for, and that's why it's so high up there on the list. Now this Fancy Formal decal has appeared in the item shop 2 times so far, and honestly it will be back. Don't you guys worry. If you're watching this video and you don't have the Fancy Formal decal, seriously, do not panic. It will definitely be in the item shop again sometime soon because Epic Games love it, and so do we really. And it was only 100 credits in the item shop, which was very nice of them. So yeah, it's a very rare decal that you can get from the item shop. And look, the primary color is black and there's no other colors. You can't change it at all. It is just this super fancy, clean black and white car design. So yeah, it makes this list because it's so original, it's so different, and I mean, if you don't have this, make sure you're looking out for the item shop when this thing comes back.